Why is it important for a small business, a medium-sized business, to reach out to a payroll and an HR services company?
Wow, I'm so glad you asked that question because I think very often people believe they can do it themselves.
Right. And I'm asking the question from that vantage. But that's why I apologize that, some people might sound like, what a dumb question. But I think there are a lot of people out there that do think like, hey, I'm smart enough. I think I'll do it on my own.
So here's what I would ask a small business or business entrepreneur to think about. They want to spend their time, whoever's the owner of that business and their key people within the organization, they want to spend their focus of their time growing their business, whether that's in sales or manufacturing or whatever it is. Payroll takes away from that. Payroll is one of those things that's very easy to outsource and outsource to the professionals. So let's just say Jonathan has a business and he's trying to grow the business. Does he have the time and the bandwidth to learn what are the laws around payroll? What are the tax implications? Do they know how to file? Do they understand they have to file quarterly? Do they understand that they have to have the documentation necessary for their accountants at the end of the year in a certain format? Have they paid those quarterly fees? Because if they hadn't, at the end of the year, exactly, they're going to get a big surprise. One of the things that I love about business is when there's no surprises. And when you have a professional company handling your payroll, you can sleep at night. You don't have to worry about that part of your business because that's all they do 24/7. That is the focus of their business. And it allows you to focus completely on your business and grow your business without wondering or worrying about things that's not your area of expertise, that's not in your wheelhouse.
So it's a really fantastic point because taking care of payroll and HR solutions is something that can, like you said, can easily be outsourced to a professional, and it doesn't directly help you scale your business. It's a necessary part of scaling a business. But the owner of a company should focus on vision, implementing on how to scale. But as far as taking care of all the HR needs for the team that they're hiring, they should outsource that.
Absolutely.
Again, we're talking with the Director of Operations, Loida Noriega-Wilson. I got it right. You see that? It took a few tries, but I got it right.
Excellent.
She is the Director of Operations at Brands, Paycheck, and HR Services. To find out more about them, visit them online, brandspaycheck.com. That's brandspaycheck.com. Or call 888-757-3020. Again, that's 888-757-3020. They service clients nationwide. And I'm just going to read off again the variety of industries that they service. The hospitality industry, retail, transportation, nonprofits, healthcare, B2B, tourism, real estate, restaurants, finance. Is it fair to say that really any type of industry is serviced by Brands?
I would say it's very fair to say that, yes. And one thing I just want to say,
Sure.
Many people don't realize that Brands has been around for over 40 years.
Yeah.
So you don't get to stay around managing people's payroll, their paychecks on a weekly basis or monthly basis, unless you do that very well, especially for 40 years.
Yeah,
So
that's a great point. Because today we talk about companies that pop up out of the blue and are successful after 2-3 years. That may be nice, and we encourage every company and that hey, they should come do business with Brands Paycheck. But the fact of the matter is, when someone's around for decades and 40 plus years, that right away is a statement, a testament to their reliability, their efficiency, just that you could rely on them. And especially as a business owner, you need to know that your vendors, they have your back. And Brands is that type. For more information, brandspaycheck.com. That's brandspaycheck.com. Loida, here's another question. Just can you explain how a paycheck and HR service company, of course like Brands, makes their clients more productive?
I think there are several ways in which they make their clients more productive. First of all, they allow the owners of the business to get some sleep because they're
That's a
handling.
good point, by the way.
Yeah.
It really is.
Don't
take
listen.
that for granted.
No, don't take it for granted. They are the ones that fully staff the experts on their side so that the business of whatever business, small business that you're in, medium-sized business that you're in, has the opportunity to just get on with their business. And so I would say they save you time. Mm-hmm. They save you money. They save you making mistakes that may cost you money. Because, when you don't pay your taxes on time or you miss something, and it could have been a very honest mistake. I think most people, when they make a mistake in their taxes or tax payments, it's an honest mistake. They still charge you with the fine. So even an honest mistake, you have to end up paying beyond, correcting the problem. And I think having a company like Brands, they do all of that for you. They have tremendous expertise within their organization, people with lots of years of experience to know and to ask the right questions and to make sure that each and every customer that they have address their special needs. Some customers are very simple in the payroll that they do. They do the same payroll over and over every week. Some don't. Some of them have union facilities. And so the union wages and all of the complexity, it's very complicated. And Brands takes care of all of that. They sit with their clients on a regular basis to find out, what do you need? What are we doing right? What would you like to see more of? And then they adjust and adapt accordingly. So they're very customer-centric, very small business feeling, even though, they can do nationwide work.
Now, I know that Brands services all types of businesses, including ones where a portion of the team works off-site. My question now is actually about, it's really more of a managerial type of question, and that is working on-site versus off-site. Is there any type of professional recommendation that you have? And now, of course, Brands, I know that they service many bus companies and their drivers. Of course, they're working off-site. But just from a workplace-related type of question, are there any recommendations or naturally every business has to have a model that they do on their own, but any type of recommendations that you have on that in terms of a company keeping work within an office or allowing the team to work remotely?
I think we're seeing more and more team members working remotely. Just as time has gone by, we saw very little of that 25 years ago.
Right.
And as time goes on, we're finding it more and more common. The key thing that I would say for every business owner is to really make sure that whether you have people on-site or people off-site, that you're constantly communicating what's going on in the business, what's happening, what do they need to change or adapt or do differently so that everyone stays current. I know some people, they work from their home or they work from a remote location office, and sometimes they don't feel as connected. And so it's extra work for the business owner to go out to connect with them, to make sure their questions are answered, they know what's expected of them, they know the timelines, they know rules and policies that change. So having regular, even if it's just using Zoom or using Skype, have regular team meetings. Doesn't have to be every week. Could be a couple of times a month to bring everybody together so that they have the feeling of team. They have the feeling of family. I think we all could say we have family, and not always our family lives with us.
Right.
And sometimes they live far away. So what do we do to get in touch with them? We use our iPads and we connect with them. We FaceTime, we Zoom, we Skype. We have to do the same thing with our family of our business.
Now, I understand that Brands has actually a fantastic interface dashboard for the employer side to kind of manage the amount of time that a team is putting in, whether it's on-site or, of course, off-site. Perhaps you could share that, because this would be of great interest to business owners. Of course.
And that dashboard that you mentioned, Yitzchok, does a couple of things beyond just that. It's an operational dashboard to keep people informed. So if something comes up and you want to just post it right away, you don't want to wait because maybe your next team meeting is 10 days away,
Right.
you can immediately post it so that everyone in the organization knows what's going on. Maybe it could be exciting news. Somebody had a baby. You got a new client. You're going into a new area. That gets people excited. And so when people start using the employee side of the dashboard, it's much easier for the company to be able to connect with all sorts of new things going on in the company.
And again, Brands, Paycheck, and HR Services has that built into the interface?
Yes. Yes, they have that. It is an option that you would have to purchase, but it is there. They also do all different types of timekeepings, coming and going, which sometimes people think, timekeeping is just to see whether I'm in the business or not. Actually, a lot about timekeeping is a security issue. It's a safety issue to know how many employees are where at one time. God forbid there should be an outage, a power outage, a fire, anything like that. You want to make sure you know who's in the building at any given time. So timekeeping isn't just about keeping track of employees' time. It's much broader than that.
I love the honor of interviewing C-level executives and sharing their great advice and perspective on Mind Your Business. I'd love to get your feedback. Post it in the comments below and subscribe. You'll never miss an edition of Mind Your Business.